Welcome back, friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's Ray, and I am doing a giveaway with this December 2020 Hero Arts card kit. So let me just go over a few quick items, and then to get the full details of the giveaway, I will need you to watch part one's video that was just released, and that is linked below. The giveaway is open worldwide to my subscribers. And let's now talk about the prizes. So there are two prizes. There is a December 2020 Hero Arts kit that's now sold out. And is that can be won by anyone within the contiguous U.S. states. And then prize number two is a scrapbook.com gift certificate for $25. And that can be won by my international subscribers. And I'm hoping that that will cover your shipping from scrapbook.com or make a huge dent in your shipping. Do watch part one's video for full details. You will want to note the clues you find in this video because those will be used towards your entry. This is part 4, or the final video of the 4-part series. Card number 8 is an A2 card, and a very clean and simple card. I am using the layering die, clouds die from the kit, and inking that up with Soft Sky ink from a previous kit. I found that to be a little lighter and not as juicy, so I am going with the Morning Dawn ink from the kit and stamping that over the Soft Sky. Oops, the blue ink from the kit is Early Dawn, and now I'm using the Morning Mist, which is the pink ink from the kit, to stamp the layer 2. For layer 3, I'm coming in with the Thistle ink from the kit. The layering stamps, the way they are made, are meant to leave some white spacing between the clouds. Now I'm prepping for embossing. I've placed my large sunray stamp in my MISTI. I'm using Lemon Drop ink, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp my sun. I'm using the Prisma embossing powder from the kit to give it that sparkle and shine. I have placed my panel in my MISTI and lined up my stamp, and I'm using Grape Slush ink to stamp my sentiment. I'm placing double-sided tape on the front of this panel, and then we'll affix that to the back of my white focal panel, and then using some Studio Katia iridescent, or I should say clear crystals, I am placing 3 of them on this panel, and that finishes this card. Don't forget to collect your clues as you watch the video. Card number 9 is a Slimline card. that features a stamp set from Pretty Pink Posh that has a Happy New Year sentiment. I'm also using this stencil from Hedgehog Hollow. Got this last year in a kit. I am applying embossing ink directly through the stencil on top of the black card panel. And prior to starting with the stenciling, I did prep with anti-static powder. I'm using the Prisma embossing powder from the kit, and oops, had a little overlap there with my stencil, it appears, but I will try to disguise that later. So while I'm warming up my heat tool, I did go ahead and use my dry paintbrush to remove some of the ink that kind of appeared in places I didn't want it. Not ink, powder, sorry, embossing powder. And here I am, before I heat emboss that, I'm going to go ahead and prep my Happy New Year sentiment with Versamark ink. Go ahead and get the white embossing powder on that, as well as my sunshine sentiment. Then I will go ahead and heat all three at the same time. I trimmed my sunshine sentiment down, actually a little bit trimmer than a little bit more than I wanted to or had thought I would, because I was trying to cover that blooper. But I will have to come up with another fix. I covered some of it, but not all of it. So I've applied my double-sided tape, a little glue on the edges, and we'll go ahead and put that sentiment on the panel. I trimmed the edges of the sunshine sentiment, and I popped my Happy New Year sentiment up with foam rounds, and I'm placing that on my panel. I mounted my panel to a white mat and then to my black cardstock base. And here I place a yellow enamel dot right there where I made that blooper, and that does do a good job of disguising. The sentiment, if I hadn't cut it as thin, would have disguised it even more, but I'm okay with this. I'm going to go ahead and affix two more of those yellow dots with some liquid glue onto my panel, and I am calling this card finished. Card number 10, my final card, is also a Slimline card, and had a lot of fun making this card. I have placed a cardstock panel inside of my spray box and am using Tumble Glass Distress Oxide spray that I made from my re-inker. I am also using mustard seed, peacock feathers, worn lipstick, distress inks that I made spray bottles out of using the re-inkers. I am stamping my sentiment using Hero Arts Intense Black ink that we got in a prior kit. I am placing my main panel in the MISTI and am going to stamp birds from the kit using the Hero Arts Intense Black ink. Don't forget your clues. So far, there have been 2 clues in this video. I've placed double-sided tape on the back of my sentiment and am affixing that to my panel, and then I will cut off the edges. Oh, but first, I am placing a little bit more cardstock on the back so as to make sure that the sentiment sits evenly on my white card base. I have been watching Hallmark Christmas movies throughout the time as I've worked on these videos, and so have gotten a little sidetracked sometimes. So I apologize if anything seems out of whack, but I love Hallmark movies during Christmas, and I have just been having a ball watching them. I have affixed my main panel to my card base, and now I'm trimming off the edges of my sentiment strip. I'm going to add another of the yellow enamel dots. I'm not sure where I got these. I think they may have come in a prior kit. Um, but I have affixed one of them to the sentiment area, and that does it for this card. Now let's take a look at all of the cards I made featuring this particular video. I hope you've enjoyed this series. I hope that you will participate in the giveaway. And again, it's open to those within the 48 contiguous U.S. states and to international and non-contiguous U.S. states. There are two different categories, and you can read those in the details in part one's video. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed the series, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Good luck with the giveaway. We will be hosting a video announcing the winners really soon. Good day, friends.